what's going on, guys? It's Max24. And the Oscars happened. They did. They were kind of disappointing. Before we get into that, please always remember to drop a like, comment, subscribe to the friends who don't like us, all that fun stuff us Troopers tell you guys to do. Follow me on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I have most on Twitter, sometimes on Facebook, barely on Instagram, follow me on Facebook, subscribe to me here. And with that, let's talk about the Oscars. Before I tear apart the Oscars, tear them a new one, I'm just going to tell you a little history about me and the Oscars. I love the Oscars. I love award shows in general. I try to watch the Oscars, the Emmys, the Golden Globes, and the Game Awards every year. I love movies, so I love celebrating movies. Award shows aren't for everybody, but for me, I really enjoy them. And every year, me and my family, once they announce the nominees, we try to watch all of the Best Picture nominees before the Oscars come out. We succeeded this year, which was awesome. But we try to do that so that we can make predictions and try to figure out what we think is going to win. And then sometimes we also check out the animated shorts, the animated feature films, but our go-to always is the Best Picture nominee category. This year's films were really good. They were all really stellar. There was like one or two I didn't like a whole lot, but overall they were all stellar movies, really well crafted. And in a year where movie theaters weren't a thing, where we were all stuck inside because of this pandemic, I don't know if you've heard about it, but there's been a pandemic going around. In a year like that, these movies were definitely needed because they were top-notch movies. Some of my favorite movies in recent Oscar memory. The Oscars had everything going for them, right? They had great movies nominated. They decided not to do it in the Dolby Theater like they always do, but they decided to go to the Los Angeles Union Station, rent that out, fill it up with the stars. All the stars were there for the most part. Some of them zoomed in from overseas. Nope, not zoomed in. I'm sorry. They said they weren't doing Zoom calls, so I don't know how they were there, but that's fine. Definitely not Zoom, even though it probably was Zoom. But they said they weren't Zooming. But some people zoomed in from overseas, videoed in. Some people didn't show up. They just got pictures. But overall, most all of the stars were at the venue. There was no mask in sight. When the cameras were rolling, they said no mask, and when the cameras were not rolling, they were going to put them. They were going to run like a movie set, which I guess makes us feel better. If you're worried, I mean, I don't know, because I don't know how they run movie sets, so I don't know how that helps. If you got to have some insider knowledge, because they were like, oh yeah, we're going to run this like a movie set, so blah blah, mask on when you're not rolling. I'm just like, I don't know how you run a movie set. Right? I'm not a movie insider, so you have to explain this to me a little bit more because I'm lost. But they didn't explain it to us. All the stars knew, of course. They were like, "Yep, like a movie set." That's cool. I don't know. And then there's no way to prove them wrong. Be like, "Oh, you didn't put on." There's no way to. So it looked like a normal show, right? It was pretty great. It was a normal show. Union Station, not Dolby Theater, but it was normal. Everybody was there. Everybody gave speeches for the most part. It was pretty decently set up. They had everything they needed. So why did they screw it up so badly? Now, if you know me, you know I'm not a very critical person, all right? I'm very biased when it comes to award shows, when it comes to movies in general. I don't have a very good critical eye for the most part. I really just enjoying things, all right? I don't go to movies. I don't go watch things to tear them apart like a lot of people seem to like to do. I go there to be entertained. And if I get a little bit of entertainment out of it, then I'm fine with it and I enjoyed it. This show was the first Oscars in recent memory that just wasn't entertaining. I'm looking at this with a very critical eye. I think I just developed a critical eye overnight because I have a lot of complaints about this year's Oscars. For starters, the host. The Oscars and the Academy, for some reason, have this notion that we're going to do away with the host. We don't need a host. I don't know where they got that notion from. All right, I love the host. I think the host adds some fun, some levity, helps break up the awards. Not having a host makes it feel boring. It doesn't make it feel cohesive and connected. Instead, it just makes it feel like we're going from one award to the next. Boom, 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 boom. The host comes in here and can do jokes, fun games, things like that. I mean, who doesn't remember Ellen DeGeneres' selfie or when she ordered pizza? What about Hugh Jackman's great performance? Those are the memorable bits of the Oscars. We don't remember as much the speeches. We don't remember as much some little antics. We remember the hosts. We remember the jokes. That's what sticks with us. That's what gets turned into memes tomorrow. That's what happens. Not having a host, the show loses that. And this show did not feel like a big, glorious award show. No, it felt like an investor's call. You need the host. You had one or two fun things that happened, all right? There was this game they played, Guess the Song. It was kind of funny. It looked like it would be more fun if you were there. But then Glenn Close decided to get up and just start dancing, which was awesome. That was the best part of the Oscars. And then you had Harrison Ford come on there and make some quips. That was fun, right? That was kind of funny. And the woman who won Best Supporting Actress, she had a great speech. It was hilarious. But other than that, there was nothing. There was nothing to break it up. There was no presenters making jokes besides Harrison Ford. It was just boring. It felt like I was in an investor's call. So that was strike one, no host. Strike two, the musical performances. Now, the Oscars, if you don't know, the Oscars perform the musical nominees every year. They break up the awards, and they perform the big nominees for music. And they're usually these huge, extravagant performances, and they're amazing. They're one of the best parts about the Oscars. Well, COVID happened and stuff, so it's kind of hard to do stuff like that now. But they did them. They pre-recorded them for the most part. All but one of them was pre-recorded. The one from Eurovision, Fire Saga, whatever the full title is, that was performed live from Iceland with a choir. That was amazing. But the rest were pre-recorded. Which, there's nothing wrong with that. All right, pre-recorded songs, okay, throw them in the award show. But they didn't throw them in the award show. No. They put them in the pre-show. Why? That just, to me, now, I am not one of the nominees, of course. I don't have a stake in it. But to me, that just feels kind of disrespectful to the musical nominees, to the singers. You're not good enough to be in the award show, so we're going to put you in the pre-show. How many people watch the pre-show? I'm assuming not as many as that watch the Oscars. So you're pretty much just being thrown in there to be forgotten. They were pre-recorded. Why couldn't you just throw them in the actual award show? There was no reason to put them in the pre-show. Now, they might claim, it was to cut time. You still went over time. I don't know what you guys are doing because you're not cutting time successfully. So I don't know what happened there. I don't understand. The musical performances are an essential part of an award show. They need to be there. They break up the award show. They add some fun. And the performances are amazing. The performances were great. But they were all in the pre-show. Why? Why did you make that decision? I don't know. That's 2 strikes. 2 strikes on the Oscars. The third strike is the In Memoriam. The In Memoriam is usually super emotional, slow, gives you time to reflect on all the people we've lost. The In Memoriam is one of the saddest parts of the show, of course, but it's also probably one of the best parts. The performance during it is great usually. The slideshow, the video is great, and they usually have some clips from some of the big wigs in it. It's usually great. They decided to do the In Memoriam at 100 miles per hour. They were like, You couldn't even read half the names because the second they were on there, the second they were gone. Why? They decided to not pick a somber song, not a slow song. They picked a more peppy, upbeat song, which, okay, I guess, that's not what I would have picked for an In Memoriam, but who am I to judge? I don't run an award show. But then they decided to match the slideshow, the video, with the tempo of the song. Now, we got an upbeat song that goes pretty fast. Matching the tempo of the song, the In Memoriam goes really fast. All right, you did not have time to process who died. And they missed a lot of people. They always miss a lot of people. But you did not have time to process who died. Because by the time you could even read the first word in their name, they were on to the next person for the most part. Why? What was the point of that? 100 miles per hour In Memoriam? That's where we're supposed to take time to reflect on each other and reflect on who we've lost and reflect on everything that's happened in the last year. But instead, you were like, we got to get this done. It felt more like it was an obligation for you guys, and you were like, we got to make this, but we don't want to linger on it too much. And again, just like the musical performances, it felt kind of disrespectful. It felt disrespectful to those people who barely got a second on there. All right? Those people are gone. They're never going to be shown off at the Oscars again. They're never going to be here again. They didn't get their time to shine. You just moved on. That's strike 3. Strike 4, now this is a smaller strike. This is more of a nitpick strike. But strike 4, where were the clips? Every year when they're talking about the nominees, they'd be like, they talk about the nominees, they talk about the movies they're in, they show off clips, all right? That's how we get the context. The best animated shorts, you see clips of those animated shorts. The makeup, you see them doing the makeup, you see them drawing the costumes. The visual effects, you see like this weird montage of making the visual effects. That's what you see. They didn't do any of that this year. No. We just had the cameramen running around the venue, desperately searching for the nominees so that we could share some weird tidbits about them that I could care less about. Why? Why not the clips? Like, that would have been an easy thing to fix. That was not a time saver to cut the clips. That was just a weird thing to cut the clips, all right? It takes like 5 seconds to throw a clip up on there. Why couldn't you have thrown clips up on there? Why did you choose to do this weird thing instead? I don't know. I really don't, all right? We got clips for the animated features films. We got clips for the best pictures, but that was it. Why no other clips? I don't know, all right? The best animated shorts, they didn't get clips. The best live action shorts, they didn't get clips. The documentaries got clips. The shorts didn't. The makeup people didn't. The music people didn't. The actors didn't. Why? I don't know. But the worst thing to come out of this award show, the worst thing, and we're going to be talking about this for a while, all right? It's going to be probably in the news and on the internet for a while, was how they treated Chadwick Boseman. Hopefully all of you know, but Chadwick Boseman, better known as T'Challa in Black Panther in the MCU, died last year from cancer, and he was nominated. His last performance was nominated this year in Best Actor in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Phenomenal thing he did. It was great. He was absolutely amazing in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's his final performance. He did well. He definitely deserved the nominee. He was up against a pretty tough category. Anthony Hopkins, who took home the award. He was amazing in The Father. I have no problem with who won the award, all right? Anthony Hopkins, okay, yes, he delivered an amazing performance as a man with Alzheimer's. It was absolutely phenomenal. Chadwick Boseman delivered a phenomenal performance. So if anybody was going to beat Chadwick Boseman, I'm glad it was Anthony Hopkins. Only 2 or 3 people know the winners, know who's going to win. They try to keep it under wraps. Not even the nominees know. Try to keep it under wraps. Not even the producers know. But the Oscars, the Academy banked on Chadwick Boseman winning. It's very vividly seen. They banked on that hard. For starters, each of the nominees get little gift baggies, filled with a lot of rich, expensive stuff that they probably don't need. But one of the things that was in the gift bags was a Chadwick Boseman NFT. For those who don't know, NFT are like the digital artwork, the digital currency kind of thing, but they're art. They're pieces of art. It was a Chadwick Boseman one. It was his face. It had effects and everything. It was a thing. It was a tribute to him. They all got one, which is cool, all right? But then as a nominee, you think, oh, they must be planning something big with Chadwick Boseman, because a lot of people died last year, so why are we only getting an NFT for Boseman? So you go in there being like, probably a big tribute or something, right? And then the show usually ends with Best Picture, all right? That's like the big finale. That's the big, fanfare, the giant final speech, usually tears. It's the big ending to the night. Whoever was running the show decided, we're going to do Best Picture third to last. Best Actor, which is the category Chadwick Boseman was nominated for, is going to be last. Now, the nominees get NFTs. Best Actor is put as the last category, which the last category is supposed to be the biggest category. It's supposed to end the night with a bang. Best Actor is where Chadwick Boseman got nominated. You think the logical conclusion is that Chadwick Boseman is getting the award and they're planning some big tribute to end the night. That didn't happen. Joaquin Phoenix came on stage. He was last year's winner. He came on stage and said something weird about acting. Open up the envelope. It was Anthony Hopkins. Anthony Hopkins was asleep, so he wasn't even there. So Joaquin Phoenix was like, we're accepting this. The Academy's accepting this award on Hopkins' behalf. Thank you. And then it was over. Just like that. Done. No fanfare. No final big speeches. Just the Academy accepting this award on Hopkins' behalf. Thank you. That was it. That was it. The Academy knew what they were doing. Alright? They did. Anthony Hopkins was amazing in the role, and I have no problems with him winning it. I just have problems with the way the Academy set it up. The Academy hyped up Best Actor so much. So much. They put it as the last category. They gave nominees NFTs of Chadwick Boseman. The pre-show, they were interviewing people about Chadwick Boseman, asking about their greatest memories with him. They were spending all of this time talking about Chadwick. And it ended up being Anthony Hopkins winning, and then a thank you, and it all ended. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if it was deliberate. I don't know if it was, unintentional. If you had a plan, if you didn't, and we just all got our hopes up. I don't know. All I know, it was a massive screw up. And it really hurts the Oscars. Really. Because to a lot of people, I'm just quoting Internet Rage right now, I haven't decided one way or another, but a lot of people are calling out the Oscars, either saying that they used Chadwick Boseman's death as a way to increase viewership, which is a huge accusation, a huge one, that would not look good on the Academy. Or there are people calling it out as a racist action, or both. The Oscars has had a huge problem with diversity. There was the whole Oscars So White campaign. The Oscars had a huge problem with being called racist, all of this stuff. And then they go around and do something like this. In a year that there was so many year firsts. There was so many firsts. Well, there was the first Korean winner for supporting actress. There was the first black women winners in the makeup and hairstyling thing. There was a lot of firsts. The second female director won. There was a lot of headway made in diversity. And I mean, probably not enough, but there was a little bit more made. And then you go around and do something like this, where it looks like, I'm just saying what it looks like. I'm not accusing one way or the other, because I have to read up more, I have to see what more comes out, but it looks like you hyped up the Boseman award, you hyped up Best Actor, you hyped it up so much, you got people excited, and to some, that looks like you were trying to get viewership off of his death, and that's not a good look. Again, I don't know for sure if that's what was happening. I'm just quoting what other people are saying on the internet. You guys thought he was going to win, and he didn't. And that was a big mess up on your part. Huge mess up. You shouldn't bank on that, all right? He was the favor, yes. He was the favored to win on the internet for the most part. But you shouldn't design your entire award show on a hypothesis. And adding on to all the other problems I mentioned for this Oscars. I don't know what happened here. You had the makings of a great Oscar ceremony, all right? Everybody was there. It was in person. You had some phenomenal nominees. How did you screw it up so badly? Why did you make the decisions you made, the Academy? Why did you do that? It doesn't make sense. I could go on and on about my outrage against it, and I am firmly outraged with what happened at the Oscars, because I love the Oscars, I love award shows, and seeing something that I love, something that I put a lot of time into watching, just fall apart in front of my eyes is sad, all right? It makes me sad. Now, some of you might be like, you shouldn't put as much, faith in award shows, you put as much as energy in award shows. It's something I like to watch, so I'm going to keep, putting faith and energy and stuff into liking these award shows, and I want them to be good. It's something I like to watch. I love movies, so it's something that keeps me entertained. It's something I want to do when I'm older, so I'm going to keep, criticizing them, because this is just not okay what happened here. I don't know what happened. I don't know how you could go wrong as much as you went wrong. Now, let me know what you thought about the Oscars. Let me know about what you thought about the Chadwick Boseman situation. I'd love to learn your opinions. I'd love to learn your side of the story. I'd love to learn what you got out of this Oscars. All right? Just let me know in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends. I really hope that next year's Oscars is better. I'm not having a lot of faith. If they bring back a host, if they actually do musical performances, if the In Memoriam's not 100 miles per hour, and if they actually don't do what they did to somebody like Chadwick, then maybe it could be good, but it's not going to regain people, all right? The ratings are just dropping. They're just dropping, so it's not going to regain people. But I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next video.